Hello and welcome to another special techniques video. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the air effects delay to create some special sound effects. I'll also show you how to map the air effects delay parameters to your qlink knobs so you've got control over this effect outside of the dedicated window for it, which means you can go to the sampler and record all your experimental movements with the qlink knobs. Let's first of all press the I symbol here to open up the channel strip for this program, which has our air effects delay loaded onto it. Let's press in the inserts box and press the pencil icon to access the air delay editor. If I just press one of the pads to trigger one of these sounds, you can see the time parameter here is in milliseconds. We can switch that between synchronized or milliseconds. So when it's synchronized, you can choose from different time divisions. If it's unsynchronized, you're dealing with milliseconds and seconds. If I increase the feedback to something around 88%, which is pretty high, we still can't hear an effect because the time is too low. But if we increase that slightly to 2 milliseconds, you can start hearing a real sharp high frequency ping. Let's manipulate the time as we go. And you can already hear the amount of different sounds you can get just by doing that. So let's keep it at 96 milliseconds. I'm going to increase the feedback to even higher, up to 95%. And now I'm going to adjust the resonant frequency. Now, if we increase this to 100%, this sound is going to gradually increase in volume because it's constantly doubling up, particularly if we bring the time parameter down to something quite short. Let's also listen to this on our sequence running. So let's now set this up so we can sample it back into the MPC. To do this, we'd have to leave this interface or the editor for the air effects and go to the sampler. Because we're in screen control mode, the qlinks update to the particular screen you're in. And as you can see, we've only got these 3 parameters that pertain to the sampler itself. So that means we have to use either project or program mode. I'm going to use project mode. Let's press and hold shift and press project. And now we're in the qlink project mode editing window. As you can see, we've got some parameters mapped by default. Let's click on those, and if we press reset, we can just clear those because we don't want any of these. So I'm just clicking on the qlink, pressing reset, and that's going to clear all these assignments. So let's go back to the first qlink. Now, to choose the program that's got our air effects on it, we have to choose program. Let's double tap in the box. Let's choose the drum program, which the effect is loaded to. Now we get the choice of a type of parameter. It's a program parameter and it's an insert effect. And if we double tap in the parameter field here, we get a list of all the parameters that are in our air effects delay. So I'm just going to use the data wheel now. And the first parameter I'm going to map is time. Let's now map feedback to the second knob. Let's map the feedback resonance and the feedback resonant frequency. let's now go to the sampler, and because we're still in project mode for the qlinks, now we can control that delay, trigger the pads if we want to do it that way, or we can just play the sequence and record something in. So let's just do both. I'm going to make sure that I've got my record source set to resample so we can sample the output of the MPC. And I'm just going to trigger back this sample here because this seems to be the most fruitful in terms of the sound that you get from it with this delay. So I'm going to ramp the feedback up to 87% and manipulate the time as I go. And there you go. Let's keep that. Let's go to the sample editor. And there you go. We've got nearly a minute's worth of special effects that we can just chop into and reuse later on in a different project, or indeed the same project. And that's pretty much it. There's so many other things you can do with this and combine it with different effects, but I just wanted to show you the air delay isolated on a few simple sounds, just to show you the sheer amount of scope that you've got for sound design with this one particular effect.